What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Power Book 4, Force, Season 1, Episode 10. This is the season finale, so let's get into it. First of all, I want to give shouts out to TSF Entertainment. If you guys are not checking us out on Sundays over on TSF Entertainment on YouTube with our live recaps, then you are missing half the story, okay? But I owe Retro CG $20 because we bet on something. When we get to that in the episode, I will let you know. But just know, shouts out to him. He predicted it. I said it wasn't going to happen, but it did. Anyway, so we start this episode off. Tommy is calling Vic because he's pissed because he's convinced that Vic and them are the ones that put that shot at him, which of course shot D-Mac, D-Money, D-Bob, his nephew, whoever, and they're laid in the hospital bed. He didn't die. He is alive, right? And of course, him and Vic do this back and forth. You know, he was like, yo, I did not try to kill Gloria. It was not me. And of course, Vic ain't trying to hear it. It was what it was. We see Tommy lining up with his soldiers, getting everybody in line. Now, he doesn't really trust the servers, but here's the thing. He shouldn't, right? They're not his friends. They are paid henchmen that, honestly, they owe him a debt. Like, they owe him one. So at any point in time, he knows that they could double cross him. He's not really easy in this alliance, but, you know, he's going to get all of his money's worth and move forward from there. While that's happening, we're down to the barbershop. We see Diamond at the barbershop with his boo thing. And, you know, she's trying to figure out what they want to do tonight, baby. You want to Netflix and chill? You want to go catch a, you know, go to this new restaurant somewhere other than a diner? Can we get something other than some greasy hash browns and some pancakes tonight? Can we do something, boo? And he's not being rude. He's just being very distant. And she's like, listen, you ain't been right since you got that phone call. Ever since you told me that there's somebody you used to be able to trust that you can't trust anymore. What's going on, baby? Talk to me. So then he gets a phone call, and it's Janard, right? He like, what's up, bro? Janard is like, hey, what's up? He said, where you at? I want to pull up on you. Diamond was like, I'm at the shop. Come through. Janard was like, all right, bet. I'm on my way. Diamond ain't stupid. Diamond knew what it was. He immediately picks up his gun, and now old girl is like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Listen, let me tell you something. Rule number one, when you're dating a drug dealer and or some sort of criminal element, when you see them pick up their gun and they give you directions, just follow. You can ask all the questions you need to ask on the back end, but on the front end, if he say move, move, if he say jump, jump, if he say hide, hide, don't be asking no questions. So he gets her in the car, and just as they get in his car, they see this SUV pull up, and of course, all, you know, the soldiers roll out. It ain't Janard, but it's Janard's right hand man, Monty, whatever his name is. Anyway, he rolls out. He goes up in the barbershop, and of course, it's empty. He immediately knows, oh damn, because of course, Diamond just got off the phone with Janard. It ain't even been 5 minutes. Diamond is in the truck, you know. He told her to lean down, like get down. What's going on? And then she gonna say to him, well, if I hadn't been here, what would you have done? He was like, what do you think? Well, I don't know what he would have done. Okay, let's be clear. Because honestly, her being there might have saved his life. Because if he had tried to, like, you know, square up, he'd be dead. Because it was 4 of them with machine guns. He wasn't gonna survive that. But he now knows that what he overheard, Janard has put it into action. So next thing you know, we see, I'm just gonna go ahead and go down this for a minute. We see Diamond. He got old boy up in a warehouse, and he clearly had been whooping his ass. And he's got this bat, and he is beating him with this bat, right? Trying to find out who ordered the hit on him. And the dude won't tell him. He won't tell him. And he's like, listen. Finally, he tells him, he said, Janard did it. He said, because you soft. Like, you got out of jail, and you don't want to drop no bodies, and you got soft. And, you know, he giving him the whole song and dance about why Janard ordered the hit. So finally, Diamond was like, you know what, you're right. I really don't want to drop no bodies. And then he turns around and he shoots him. I guess when it's necessary. Okay? I don't want to drop no bodies, but if I have to, I will. And so Janard comes home later on that night. He been blowing old boy's phone up. He ain't answering, which should already tell him something ain't go right. If he didn't call you and tell you, hey, it's good. So Janard gets home. He rolls into his nice little spot, drops his keys on the counter, and he walks up, and all of a sudden he see his boy's body laid out on his dining room table. He immediately knows now, damn. Alright, so while all of this is going on, the Flynns are down to the bar with the four horsemen having a nice little kickback. They are chilling, they are getting drunk, they are taking shots, they are laughing and joking as if they're not in the middle of a war. Now, I felt like, I mean, is this how y'all pregame? Is this what y'all do before y'all go out shooting? Because I would think that you would feel like you need to be in your right state of mind. But whatever. So all of a sudden, some chick rolls up on one of the four horsemen, lures him outside to, you know, have a good time. And while she's on her knees helping him have a good time, all of a sudden here comes Tommy with the piano wire and he kills the dude. And then they leave him there upside down, you know, as a message to the rest of them. So of course now the Flynns are pissed. And it's like, oh my goodness, how'd they get the drop on us? Now let me explain something. That is the oldest trick in the book. You send a woman in there, like the four horsemen were like these, like everybody was nervous and scared that the four horsemen were in town. Oh my gosh, they got the four horsemen. And he got tricked by the oldest trick in the book. Yeah, moving on. So while they're sitting there trying to figure out how Tommy got the drop on them, Claudia is texting Tommy about a re-up on Dahlia. Now, what in the hell made you think that Tommy was concerned about any sort of re-up on Dahlia? I don't know. But now all of a sudden she feel like, oh yeah, I got Tommy. I'm gonna get him because I could just lure him to the lab. Ma'am, you're not luring Tommy anywhere. Tommy is luring you, and it's a whole setup. So we get this whole argument with the Flynns about who's going to go, and Vic want to go, talking about something. I should be the one to see. I should be the kill shot. I should be the last face Tommy sees. I got to do this for Gloria. I got to avenge Gloria's death. And of course, Victor don't want him to go. Polly talking about something. I think he right. Polly, don't nobody care what you think. Vic don't want him to go. Vic was like, no, you need to stay here. You need to stay safe. Because of course, at the end of the day, all Vic wants to do is ride off into the sunset with his damn family intact. But nah, Vic just has to go. So Vic ends up going, and it is exactly what we thought it was. It's a whole setup. Tommy is sitting there waiting for them. He is sitting there up in the cut, waiting for them to show up, and a couple of more horsemen go down. A couple of Serbs get it too, but a couple of the more horsemen down, and they end up, Vic and the last lone horseman ends up having to retreat. So now everybody is questioning Claudia. How close are you working with Tommy, and where did you get this information from? How did you know? Now, Claudia said my girl bought some Dahlia from Tommy and da-da-da-da-da. But, honestly, does it make any sense? First of all, when have we ever seen Tommy do a hand-to-hand? Second of all, even if Tommy did do a hand-to-hand, how would she know where the lab is? Whatever. The last horseman, you know, he questions Claudia, and Claudia basically trying to bring him into the damn Dahlia trade. I said, this situation is a whole mess, okay? Now, while all of this is going on, we got a whole nother mess going on down to the hospital. JP finally has a conversation with D-Mac. D-Mac was like, you're not my daddy. And he was like, I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry I wasn't a better father. I'm sorry I didn't try harder to find you. And all of a sudden, you know, and he's sitting there looking at him like, whatever, bruh. Whatever, bruh. And then on the flip side of that, we finally get Tommy. We finally get Tommy to show up. And Tommy bringing care packages and shit. Cheetos and moon pies and Cubs t-shirts. And JP mad at Tommy. They get to arguing back and forth. And Tommy was like, listen, let me explain something to you. I didn't want this to happen to him. Okay, I was doing my best to try to keep him away from away from the mess. I mean, I had him in a room counting all the drug money, but I ain't let him be on the street selling it. I was trying to keep him. He's smart. He's different. He's special. So him and JP, I guess, get to a good place, I guess. JP talking about something. The hospital needs my medical records. Can you go by the house and get it? Tommy was like, I am kind of busy right now. JP was like, and I'm not. Now, in that moment, I knew two things. One, I knew Kate was going to be at that damn house, okay? Well, I knew one thing. I knew Kate was going to be at that damn house. But I have two questions. Question number one, oh boy has a gunshot wound. It's not cancer. It's not some mysterious disease. Why do they need your medical records, JP? And what's in your medical records that you can't just write down on a piece of paper? Like, what have you had going on in your medical history that you need to go get your whole folder? See, I have a folder. I have a spiral notebook, matter of fact, because I've had some medical shit in my life, right? But if it was just a regular old person, you don't have all of that. So clearly, I don't know if they're alluding to something for next season, or it's just bad writing and an excuse to get Tommy to go to the damn house. The second question is, where's this boy's mama? Even if she put him out, even if he was running the streets, even if he was a delinquent, he's a minor. Where's his mama? Ain't nobody called her. She ain't shown up. Is she dead? Something. I need answers. Now, again, this might be something that they holding on to for next season, but maybe I need this information, okay? I need to know these things, okay? Now, Tommy goes to the house and he sees that there are holes in the wall. He immediately assumes it's crackheads. He turns the corner and it's his damn mama. And of course, Kate is looking at him like Tommy. And he's looking at her like, Kate, what the hell are you doing here? Well, Tommy, what the hell are you doing here? At no point in time did she seem to be like really, really shocked about the fact that Tommy done found like your best kept secret. And that he's all up in the house, like literally has a key to the house. She talking about something. My mama left money in these walls. Like she is, she was smart. She was, she hoarded this money, which she may very well have money in those walls because her mama was probably, coming out of that mindset from the Great Depression. A lot of people from that era and the children of that era, they didn't trust banks because of what happened during the Great Depression. Again, that's a history nerd moment. But I say that to say there may have been some money in the walls. But I have a question. Where's JP Daddy? This whole time that Tommy and Kate are downstairs having this conversation and smoking cigarettes and shit, where is the daddy? Ain't the daddy upstairs? Don't he live upstairs? Why he not there? So anyway, Tommy ends up giving Kate the breakdown about JP and the son. And she is so excited that she has a grandson, but she seems to be totally unconcerned or unbothered about the son that she left. Which I find to be very curious because why are you so concerned about this son, the grandson, but you could care less about the son? I don't know. Weird. Again, I'm hoping that all of that's a setup for next season. I don't know. Tommy ends up taking Kate down to the hospital. And of course, JP gets this moment that I'm sure he has dreamed about his whole life. And Kate is kind of trying to figure out, why is he touching me? Why is this boy touching me? Okay. And then she meets the grandson and she talking about something not exactly, I don't see any resemblance. They don't look anything like me. Ma'am, did you not know that they were black when you left them? Did you not know that your son was black when you abandoned him, and ergo your grandson would be black? So confused by this whole storyline. It's unnecessary. It's a throwaway. Why are we here? Why are we here? So now, since Tommy, had to set the lab up to get shot up, of course he was smart enough to move the doc and Liliana out, and he's got them set up. It looks like they're set up in the money room, or at least in another part of where the money room is. And he asked the doc, how long is it going to take to get this set up? And she was like, listen, it is filthy in here. I don't know. He said, don't worry about that. Take your time. I'm not pressed about it. I just need to know what we're doing. So Tommy ends up leaving, and Liliana basically tells the doc, listen, you need to get out of here. Like, I chose this life. I'm a soldier. I know how this is going to end. You got to go. And she ends up giving her like a couple of more stacks on top of the money that she probably already was making. Liliana gives her a couple of more stacks. I need you to just go. Now, again, this is when I knew we bet about whether Liliana was going to make it or not. This is when I felt like Liliana wasn't going to make it. I said, the doctor ain't going to make it. Liliana ain't going to make it. Okay. The doc, I'm sorry, after the lab got shot up and that last horseman was talking to Claudia was like, I know where to find her. I know how to get to Tommy, of course, through the doctor. Now, doc, Liliana gave you enough money that you did not need to go home, ma'am. You could have waited a month or so until all of this was over, and whatever was at your house would have still been at your house. Ma'am, you had enough money to get in whatever car you drive, hit the gas, and go. You had enough money to stay at a really nice hotel for a couple of weeks and live a really nice lap of luxury moment, and you could buy whatever you need. Oh, but no, you had to go home, and you had to pack some bags, and you had to get a driver. Well, that was enough time for them to scoop the doctor up. And of course, once they scooped the doctor up, The doctor was able to get all the information, and I'm sure she told everything she needed to tell to Claudia and this last horseman. Now, I thought the doctor was dead, but we find out at the end, Claudia got the doctor holed up somewhere. Because, of course, the doctor still got the formula, right? So, JP ends up leaving the hospital because in all of Tommy's rush of finding his mama there, he forgot to get the medical records. So now, JP has to go back home to get the medical records that I have no idea why the doctor needs. But while he's there, of course he gets picked up, right? Of course he gets picked up because the doctor then told Liliana that JP is really Tommy's brother and he'll be a nice pawn in this whole chess game. Tommy goes to check on Liliana. Did I say Claudia. Anyway. Tommy goes to check on Liliana, and he finds out that Liliana let the doctor go. Now, Tommy wasn't mad about Liliana letting the doctor go. Tommy was mad that Liliana didn't make sure that the doc was out for good. Like, why didn't you make sure she got out of town? Like, he was like, you didn't follow it up because she is a valuable asset, which, of course, she was, and they were able to use her. All right. Now, while this is going on, Janard has figured out I'm stuck. My brother know I put the hit out on him. I have no idea what he's going to do next, but I know I am in danger. So he goes to the Serbs. How he was able to walk up on the Serbs and not get a bullet, I don't know. But he walked up on the Serbs, and he was like, listen, Tommy is the one that came for y'all, right? I got the pipeline, but that was Tommy that did that. I ain't had nothing to do with it. You know, that was all his idea. We need to kill Tommy and my brother. Him and my brother are working together. So, Serge was like, listen, I'm good with Tommy. Like, we took, Tommy good with me because, of course, Tommy done paid this man $2 million. So, Janard was like, listen, I got something for you. I'll give you your pipeline back. And, of course, in the long run, the pipeline is going to be worth more than $2 million. And so, the Serge was like, listen, if you can get Walter on board for a ceasefire, all right, cool. But I don't have nothing to do with your brother. That's family business. That ain't my business. So, of course, Janard is like, shit. Because, of course, he wants to cease fire, but he really wants somebody else to take his brother out. So then he goes down to the Flynns. And, again, he's able to get on the Flynns property. And he tells Walter the same thing. He says, listen, the Serbs are cool with a ceasefire. If you agree to it, and we got to get, we're going to all kill Tommy and my brother. Now, Flynn, who already has an issue with Diamond, he's cool with Diamond being part of the plot. Like, he's cool with that because, remember, him and Diamond go way back and they got issues. So he agrees to work with Janard to help get Tommy. Now, while this is going on, Tommy done rolled up on Diamond. Same thing. Tommy like, look, I know I already came to you. I know you said I done, called in all my markers, but bruh, at this point, I know your brother was the one. Your brother put the hit on me. And if your brother put a hit on me, then that means you not in charge no more. You got a problem. Now, of course, Diamond already know he got a problem. So, Tommy was like, listen. I mean, what you got to lose at this point? You don't know who you can trust. I don't know who I can trust. But what I know for certain is somebody trying to kill me and somebody trying to kill you. What's good? So, him and Diamond link up. The Serbs, they done called the ceasefire, and Walter and Janard done linked up with CBI. All right, let's go. So, so they end up calling Tommy and letting Tommy know we got your brother. So you need to meet us so we can, handle our business. Because, of course, everybody knows they just want to kill Tommy. They're going to use the brother as the pawn. So we getting ready for the big showdown. We got Liliana and Tommy and Diamond working out their plan. We got the Flynns working out their plan. And at this point, Janard decides to let Claudia know, excuse me, ma'am, but I know you think that Tommy was the one that was after Gloria, but it really wasn't Tommy. I mean, it was your daddy. And so, of course, now Claudia is like, what? Say what? Now, at this moment, this is where everything that happened after this, in my mind, it went down wrong. But okay. So they get to the spot. They're like at this abandoned field, waiting for Tommy to show up. Tommy shows up, and their grand plan was Diamond to make it look like Diamond got Tommy and about to turn Tommy over, right? So you know, they back and forth. Diamond got the gun to Tommy head, talking about some, yo, I'm gonna turn Tommy over, but I want my brother, you know, and he lets everybody know that his brother tried to kill him. So of course the CBI boys are looking at him like, wait a minute, what? Janard, you did what? And Janard was like, whatever. Like, you know, he ain't deny it. He was like, whatever. So then, again, they back and forth, and Walter lets it be known that, look, I didn't try to kill you, Vic. I didn't try to kill Gloria like you know me. You know I didn't do that. And of course, they yelling back and forth. Well, Claudia is like, yeah, Dad, you were the one that killed Gloria, right? So now Vic is like, what, Dad? And Claudia is like, yup. At that moment, that's when Walter was supposed to be dead. One of the kids was supposed to be Claudia. Claudia was supposed to put a gun in Walter's head. But okay, guns fight, and now we shooting. Guns. We shooting. Liliana was the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the sniper, right? Claudia rolls up on Liliana and is able to shoot her from behind. And of course, that's when I knew. I said, damn, Liliana gone. And I was hoping I was wrong, but I pretty much had predicted that. Now, while the shooting is going, well, I didn't predict it. I'm sorry, Retro predicted it. So while the shooting was going on, Diamond chases after Janard, and they have their whole showdown. So their showdown ends up being, Janard was like, come on and shoot me. Now, they want to talk about, he was like, I took you away from your promising future. Are you serious right now? Really, Diamond? That's what we get ready to talk about? His promising future? Boy, bye. And then, of course, Janard is like, I don't want to talk about that now. You ain't care about it then. I don't want to talk about it now. You ain't care about my promising future. I want to talk about my promising future. So, he was like, if you want to shoot me, shoot me. Of course, Diamond doesn't shoot Janard, but they come to a understanding. They're going to split up the CBI property territory. They're going to split the ranks. You keep your people, I'm going to keep my people. You keep your land, I'm going to keep my land, and we just going to coexist. We already know that's not going to work. That's the setup for season 2, because that ain't going to work. Now, while all of this is going on, Tommy, Vic, and Flynn are having their whole showdown, and that's when Tommy realizes that Liliana is shot. And, of course, now he's a little bit distracted about the fact that Liliana is shot, because we know how much Tommy loves his Liliana. And Walter is trying to talk Vic down, because of course now Vic is confused as hell. Like, really, Dad? Did you really do it? You really started this whole damn war because of some shit you did? Like, you got all of us sitting around here fighting, shooting each other, killing each other, trying to kill Tommy, and you the one that killed Gloria? Because at the end of the day, I don't care about none of this. I only cared about Gloria. Claudia feels some kind of way because she know that, because Tommy was asking Liliana, who shot you? Who shot you? And she couldn't get it out. She couldn't talk. But Claudia was nervous as hell, because if she had been able to say Claudia, that was going to be a bullet right to her head. She know that. Anyway, the dust settles, y'all. Walter by himself. The kids are going to, I guess, start their own little enterprise. I don't know what the home base going to do, because they done lost all their 4 horsemen. And of course, what ends up happening at the end, we flash over to New York with Detective, I don't know what she is, FBI Agent Blanco, putting the dots together, connecting the dots to Chicago and Tommy. They got a picture of Tommy from behind. But if you know who Tommy is, you know it's Tommy, right? So all of that, I guess, is sneaking us into season 2 with no Liliana. Liliana gone, y'all. Which I think is stupid. I really think that was stupid writing. I would have been fine with Liliana getting shot. But Tommy needs that character. Tommy needs Liliana. Anyway, that's the season. That's the episode. I'll see y'all on the other side. Peace.